We are, I can't even tell you how excited I am about our next conversation. We had a conversation earlier with Sarah Meister, and we know that she has just rebranded her company to Sight and Stay. And I gave a little sneak peek that Sight and Stay is one of our new strategic partners for 2025 for all of your housing needs. There are two things in this world that I hate the most about event planning. One, BEOs. So Tracy can help me with those, Tracy Stuckrath. And two, housing management, attrition clauses, negotiating, RFPs for venues. So Sarah is our go-to. Sarah, take it away. And me, because I'm part of this.
Okie dokie, we have pre-recorded this segment because Sarah and I know what it's like to do a 12-hour telethon, and we know that every once in a while, you need to take a little bathroom break. So thank you all for hanging out with us while Sarah and I have this chat, because this is a really big announcement. Sarah with Sight and Stay, which is the new rebrand, Sarah Meister, right? Am I saying it right? Mm-hmm. Okay, is the official housing partner of Club Ichi. And I am so glad, I can't even tell you, because all of the time that I have spent Googling for housing or for hotels and for venues, and then asking friends to help, and then having somebody review the contract, because I just hate contract clauses, and all this stuff is now off of our plate because Sarah, you've got this. Tell me all about Sight and Stay. Well, I know all about Sight and Stay. Tell everyone else all about Sight and Stay.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so excited. This is so fun. I mean, I've been part of Club Ichi for a while now, and when we got to go on site for that amazing Marriott experience, I immediately within 5 minutes bought my insider membership because it was so great. I love being part of Club Ichi, so thank you for this opportunity. I founded my business a little over 5 years ago. Little did I know COVID was about to hit us in the face. And after working for a number of years running the housing department for one of the large housing bureaus, I decided that I really wanted to focus on strategic and customized housing plans. There are no two events, even within the same client umbrella of events, there are no two events that have the same housing needs. And so what I really wanted to be able to do was focus my efforts on creating a customized package or solution for every single event individually. And so that's really what we do. No two citywides are alike, no two incentive programs are alike. They all are their own world. So that's really what we focus on. We did just go through a rebrand because naming my business in the midst of COVID, I didn't know if I would be able to focus on housing exclusively, which is my passion. I have done the whole full service thing. I was the event director for associations in DC, and I fell in love with the housing piece. As crazy.
Well, bless your little heart, because that is the part that I didn't fall in love with. So I'm very glad.
Most people feel that way.
That you exist.
That's what keeps me in business. Most people hate housing and think that I'm crazy town for so yeah, since things started coming out of COVID, I was very blessed with some clients who were eager to start having in-person events. I've been able to focus exclusively on housing for years now, and we just wanted to ensure our name was reflective of what we do. So Sight and Stay really just reiterates that site selection and attendee group stays that's all we do.
I love it. And also you introduced me to a company called Hopskip, which I was leveraging their tool also just to do some searches. And it's a beautiful user design. It's so fast. It's really cool. And you work with them as well, right?
Yeah, so I transitioned all of my sourcing over to Hopskip probably about a year ago, and I'm just in love with it. There's other players in the game, but I find with Hopskip, I get better results, faster results from hotels. They're required to input certain information instead of just plugging in, yeah, we're available, this is our rate. I want lots of detail in my proposals because of the volume of sourcing that I do. I don't have time to go back and forth to the hotel 15 times asking for every little detail of what they're actually proposing. So the founders are great guys, and they are working hard, constantly rolling out new features, and they really value the planner feedback. I just had a call with them on Monday of this week. They were showing me a new feature that they want to roll out to get feedback. So I love it. Big fan of Hopskip.
That's amazing. So, you are trying to help us make housing less tear your hair out. What are some of those things that you hear people complain about the most that you kind of have a solution for? Is it clauses? Is it attrition? Is it what is it?
All of the above. I think on the sourcing side of things, it's the time and the
And the
back
ghosting? Oh my gosh.
Yes. So a hotel can smell a mile away someone who is coming to them and just needs a contract fast and does not have the background in clauses and verbiage that should go in the agreement. And they will take advantage of people so quickly and ensure that they're maximizing their revenue, right? My whole goal is to ensure that the contracts are fair to the client, but also to the hotel. The hotel needs to make money. That's why they're there. That's why we need them. So I have created, for most of my clients, I have template agreements that I require the hotel sign. And I have created that over time, ensuring that all the policies that they need for their events to be successful and for them to be protected financially are included. And then the other piece of it on the group housing side or housing management is I don't think many folks realize the impact that fulfilling a block or being able to contract larger blocks for your events and then fulfilling those can have to minimize event rental costs. You can get greater incentives for citywides from the cities if you can show them the volume that you're going to be bringing in revenue from your hotel rooms. And there's also other things like rebates and housing fees that I love to work in, which a rebate is pure revenue back to the client. It's an additional revenue generator for them. And so that's been wildly successful.
That's really cool. Do you have any solutions? The thing that we keep running up against is the attrition deadlines are 30 days out, but people aren't actually registering for the event until 14 days out. So are there secrets to that?
So as a standard, I won't advise my clients to sign a contract if it has more than a 3-week cutoff. So 3 weeks is about the best you can get right now, but I love to include verbiage in my contracts. And also it's all about the relationship with the hotel. If you can, one, show them history that your folks book at the last second, or two, you keep them updated. If you're using a housing platform, or obviously if they're taking the reservations themselves, they see the data in their system, but you just keep open lines of communication. And I have great success getting cutoffs extended past what's contracted because of the data that we can provide to them. So
That's amazing.
Don't know if there's a single time where I haven't asked a hotel to extend a cutoff unless we're already sold out. So yes, there are definitely ways to work around that. Obviously, it's at the discretion of the hotel, but we've had a lot of success with it because that is, I mean, especially post-COVID, everyone is booking last minute.
Right.
Everyone.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite relatively unknown amenity that you like to ask for?
Oh gosh. I would have to think about that. I don't know if it's unknown, but something that I have really started to push hard in my contracts is ensuring that if they're saying there's room service, that it's actually full service room service with a cart, no dropping a bag outside your door, and ensuring outlets are open based on what the attendee profile requires.
Oh, that's a great one, especially since COVID. Things are closing down earlier. You have a whole group in and the bar closes at 9. You're like, what in the world? Yeah, that's a really, really good point. Okay, give me one other amazing tip for people that are currently looking for a citywide. So if you've got, or not even a citywide, but if you've got multiple hotels for an event that you're running, what's the biggest stressor and how do you relieve that?
So I think the biggest stressor is probably the added budget line item that housing can require. So once people realize that I'm at the size where I really need someone who's managing this housing component for me, how the heck am I going to afford that? I love to implement something called housing fees for my clients. And I have citywide clients where we manage all their housing and there is a net zero cost to them because the hotel is paying me per reservation instead of the client paying. If there's a housing fee, I'm incentivized regardless to ensure your pickup, But a hotel knows with a housing fee, I am incentivized to make sure their block sells out because I only get paid per reservation. So we are going to do everything we can, just like we would for any other program, to ensure that their pickup is, out of the park. And so that helps hotels be willing to consider that. And some hotels will eat that cost and some will add it on as a small incremental amount to the room rate.
That's really interesting. Okay, so for people that have never actually worked with somebody on housing, they've always done it themselves, what can they expect? What's the process? And at what point do you turn things back over to the client?
So never, not until the event is over. Our goal is to come in and take housing off of the plate of the planner. They've got so many other things logistics wise to deal with that I don't want to deal with. So we are happy to come in and take over the housing. So I will work with clients who do their own sourcing, if they have someone else that does their sourcing, or if they need us to do it. We don't care who does the sourcing. We prefer to do it, obviously, because we can include those housing specific clauses in there. But we'll take the contracts from the moment they're signed. We will review them, identify any potential hiccups. We will liaise with the hotel directly, and we'll build out a custom website branded to their event that includes all of the hotel inventory. So it's basically like a branded version of Expedia, but with their discounted rates included. And we will provide the attendee support. We'll manage sub-blocks for sponsors, exhibitors, all of that. We will take care of all of it. And we take it all the way to cutoff. At cutoff, we facilitate the turnover of the rooming list to the hotels in a totally PCI compliant manner. And then if needed, we will go on site to manage anything that might come up on site, or if they have executives, or if it's a C-suite event or an incentive and they want to provide that white glove service on site, we can facilitate that. Post-event, we conduct all the audits and we receive all the reports back from the hotels and then provide a comprehensive final report with all of their data to the client, which is invaluable for contracting future years.
That's incredible. When you say audit, that means people that booked outside the block, you try to make sure they're in there?
Sorry. Sometimes I just speak in housing lingo. Yeah. So we take the event full registration list and send it to all of the hotels that were part of the block and ask them to compare it against who was in-house for transient business. Oftentimes, folks sneak in through Expedia or their points or whatever. We can capture all that data and include it in the report. It also counts towards clients pickup, which can offset attrition.
That's
and
incredible.
Increase comp earned nights.
I love this. I'm so glad that you're doing this and not me. This is the most Oh, well, Sarah Meister with Sight and Stay, thank you so much for being here with us today and being with us all through 2025 now. It's a thing. Look her up. We're going to put all your info, of course, on all the things and all the places for people to find you and make sure that it's dropped in the chat here. And you're going to be on the website. You're going to be in the newsletter and all the things. So yay. Thank you,
Thank
Sarah.
you so much. Go join Club Ichi.
Yes, come join us.
Yes, come join Club Ichi. That is what we're here all about. This is our 12-hour live broadcast and telethon. I think it might be 4 a.m. I am not 100% sure what time it is, but we're still going strong. And I want you to pay close attention after this next segment with Anka for AI 401. We are now getting into like the super crazy cool stuff you can do.